Find an equation whose graph is given here such that f of 2 equals 16. Let's first, from this graph, we can pick out the intercepts. So I see we've got an x-intercept here at -1. We have an x-intercept here at x equals 3. And we have an intercept here at x equals 6. Next, let's identify the multiplicity of each of these intercepts. If you look at x equals -1, the graph passes through the x-axis. So the multiplicity of this 0 is 1. If you look at x equals 3, the graph again passes through, so the multiplicity is 1. At x equals 6, the graph bounces off at this intercept. This tells us the multiplicity is even. Without knowing more information than this, let's go through and assume that the multiplicity is 2. With this, we can now start to piece together the function. We know that our function is of the form x minus our first x-intercept, which is -1, to the power of the multiplicity that we identified, which is 1, times x minus the next x-intercept, which is x equals 3, raised to the power of the multiplicity of that 0, the multiplicity is 1, times x minus the next x-intercept, which is x equals 6, to the power of the multiplicity of that 0, which is 2. Now there may have been a stretching or a scaling factor on here, so I'm just going to put out in front that we have some coefficient, maybe a. Simplifying this, we've got f of x equals a times x plus 1 times x minus 3 times x minus 6 squared. So this gives us a starting point for our function. Now we've got to find a so that f of 2 equals 16. So we're going to plug 16 in on the left-hand side of the equation. This is a times, we're going to replace all these x's with 2. So this is 2 plus 1, 2 minus 3, 2 minus 6 squared. And if we crunch all this out, we get a times -48. So we want to solve the equation, so we'll divide both sides by -48. So we get a equals -16/48, which can reduce to -1/3. Now that we have the a, let's replace a on the original equation. This tells us that our final equation for this is f of x equals -1/3 times x plus 1 times x minus 3 times x minus 6 squared.